Hi, my name is Pat Weston, and this is Trisha Hirschberger's Naked Truth on Music. I'm very excited to do this one because this is like my jam, pun intended. But that's stupid. I considered myself a singer-songwriter now for the past 5 years, but that 5 years wasn't exactly always like just like pumping out good music. Like I'm aware of that. Like I always wrote songs pretty much from like 2006, 7 on, but that wasn't like my main thing. I was an actor mostly in high school and stuff like that. I was an actor. I acted. That's what I did. But it was very impersonal to me. Acting isn't very personal to me. It doesn't have people understand who I am as a person. So I was like, well, what can I do? So well, writing music pretty much does covers that basis. So that's kind of what I started doing. I consider 2010 to 2013 sort of my early works years, where a lot of the stuff that I wrote was just okay. Lyrically, it might not have been the most honest stuff in the world, and it didn't really have a lot of my guitar chops that I do now. My vocals were not rough, but like they were on key and pitch and all that crap, but they weren't necessarily like defined in like who I was. 2013 to now, on the other hand, it's like when I've been writing the stuff that I really care about and the stuff that I really want people to hear and all that stuff. That being said, I did release an EP last year that is pretty much a collection of my early works. It has like That Kind of Day, Insane, I Forget How. Those songs, Push and Pull, those songs are ones that I'm very proud of, but do not represent me as a songwriter necessarily. That being said, I have a whole plan set up with that thing. The reason I went and released that CD anyway is because I'm pretty much running my entire like music campaign on being just 100% honest with my audience, and I want people to see my growth. I want people to hear a song like King of Cliche or Silver Place, which to me aren't the strongest songs on that CD, and then hear a song which is coming out soon called This Kid Is Screwed, or a song called Finest Friends that I'm coming out with, or Checking In, which are songs that are just like, to me, I could not have written these songs like 2 years ago. I just couldn't have done it because of my guitar chops, because my vocals, my lyric writing has become something that I'm very, very proud of, that I've worked really hard to achieve. And and yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at. And I've always hated musical prodigies because I've always been really jealous of them. I've never been naturally good at anything, and that really shows in a lot of the things that I do, where like it's very amateur because but everything that I'm good at is something that I've worked really really hard on. I've never just like I said, never been naturally good at something. Picked up the guitar, sucked. Started singing, sucked. Acted, sucked. Like it's just something I've always, and then now on the other hand, I mean, I've have now like 15 years acting. I have, yeah, I started when I was real little. But then like writing songs regularly, I have probably 5 years under my belt. So I can take a song that's really simple, like That Kind of Day, which I wrote in 2010, which is very basic, and then I can sort of just go, all right, well, what worked about that and what didn't, and I can tear it apart and put it back together again. Um, Music to me is what I think I might have said this earlier, but it's what makes me feel like I'm understood. I've never felt truly understood by a lot of people. As Trisha, I can talk someone's ear off. I can just go on and on and on and on and on. But yet, at the end of the day, I still feel like I didn't get my message across because talking is only so much. You can only do so much with talking. But if you only have like 3.5 minutes of time to get your message to somebody, then you got to make sure what you're saying is exactly what you need to say. Um, and and then after a song, typically people go, "Oh, okay, okay," and that's kind of what I'm doing in a lot of aspects of my life. Is I've been writing music that's just the perfect, definitive, um, just it just explains exactly how I'm feeling about certain things. And sometimes it's scary when it comes to like women and love and stuff like that, where it's just kind of like, "Oh yeah, here's a song that I wrote. It's about you." I would never say that to a girl though. I would never tell them that a song's about them. I'm not giving them that luxury. Um, but I think when it comes down to it, this is really what I want to do because, like I said, it's the most personal thing to me. And I've worked really, really hard to get to where I am. And I absolutely cannot wait. I really cannot wait to show the rest of the world what I've been working on these past couple of years. And my roommate and I, and he's my best buddy too, David. He's a wonderful drummer and a great producer as well. So we're kind of sit behind it together we've got all the equipment necessary and we've got all the music chops. Like he's a phenomenal musician, like through and through. He's one of those people that just picks up an instrument and just knows how to play it. And I've worked really hard on guitar and on singing and on lyric writing and on like and piano a little bit. So like I can do those things really really well. Well, David kind of has that blanket of just like with the exception of like drums and production, he's like basic knowledge of everything. And then like and then he's like a master drummer and a master producer. So it's like so then it kind of just all works out in the end for both of us really. I haven't played that many shows lately. I've been really caught up in my Second City improv life, which is great, but like that's not really what I want to do. Like I said, it's very impersonal to me. Like, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. It's pretty obvious that that's what I do. So it's really difficult nowadays for me to just like come up with something funny off the top of my head when most of the time I'm not thinking of funny things. I'm thinking of just like not serious things necessarily, but like I'm just thinking of everything else. So, because that fuels songwriting. Also, songwriting and improv, I want to let you know, if you're a songwriter and you're like, oh, I want to do improv, it's really hard because one is a logical thing and the other one is just like, fuck it, go. Like, so very different aspects of creating art. Both very effective and both amazing in their own way. And I love them both very, very much. It's like a 60-40 kind of fight, 60 music, 40 improv. Yeah. Come see an improv show. Second City, Hollywood. They're great. You might see me there. But right now there's a song I'm about to release called This Kid Is Screwed. And I'm really, really proud of it. I think lyrically it's extremely strong. I think musically it's fun. I think people will really gravitate towards it because it's a very relatable thing about, essentially, it's like a narrative about, all right, me hyping myself up to talk to somebody who I think is extremely beautiful, and then it ends up blowing up in my face. And she's like, no, I don't want to date you. And I'm like, oh, good. So that's what This Kid Is Screwed is about. But then I also have more serious songs like Fine as Friends or Checking In or Ignite. I love Ignite. Oh, I want people to hear Ignite. But no, like I said, these past 2 years really have been like I feel like I finally found my voice as a songwriter. I finally found who I want to be as a songwriter, and I cannot wait to show everybody because I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of the people that I've worked with and anybody who's helped me get to this point, even the people who are just plain old jackasses. And I've got a lot of you sons of bitches who told me to stop, but I'm not going to. You can't stop me. Mainly because I just won't listen to you. You're mean to me and I'm just going to ignore you. So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video. Check out I have a couple of songs on YouTube. I have a very early version of This Kid Is Screwed that I did with David at a place called Kulak's Woodshed in North Hollywood. Working on being headstrong, you keep turning on that side of me. They film your performance, which is awesome. So there's a video of it on YouTube. I'll link it. It was back in like February, and it's a lot of fun. It was a great little show. And so if you want to see that, I'll put a link to that. There's also a music video to my song Insane, which I wrote back in 2011. It's, again, part of my early works, but I love it a lot still. I'm still very proud of that song. And sing along and feel like you can't be stopped. There's a rain stick in it. But, so, if you want to see that music video, I'm sure that'll pop up at the end of this video. I think it always does. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to be releasing more music regularly because that's exactly what I want to do. That's why I'm here. And I really hope if you're out in LA or whatever, you come see a show because I'm better live. I'm really good live. It's the adrenaline, you know? I'm like, yeah, I'm on stage. Let's kill it. That kind of thing. So thank you very much. Bianca, let me open for you. Just saying. I'm fun. Please? God, I need to play a show again.